But first, let's find out what's happening behind the counter. Longtime listeners have no doubt heard us mention the gut-brain connection before. In short, it's the relatively new understanding that your gut health directly affects your brain. For example, we already know that at least 90% of the body's serotonin, a neurotransmitter involved in regulating mood and cognition, is produced in the gut. A new study, though, published in Biomedicine and Pharmacology, has continued to shed light on this critical interplay, but this time with melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that is best known for helping us to regulate our circadian rhythm, our sleep-wake cycle. It's a key ingredient in our essential sleep for just that reason, but it also plays a key role in regulating our immune system. The study showed that a dysregulated gut, that is a gut without the proper balance of bacteria, can result in lowered production of melatonin, which then affects the body's ability to downregulate the immune response and inflammation, particularly in your brain. The broader implications are quite profound. Quoting from the study, quote, "These findings suggest that melatonin may have therapeutic potential in treating neurodegenerative diseases. The available melatonin levels appear to be significantly influenced by the intestinal environment. Therefore, under situations linked with dysbiosis, melatonin and the gut microbiota seem to coordinate and intensify one another, thus maintaining a healthy gut microbiome, reducing inflammation, optimizing melatonin levels, and supporting mitochondrial function may help prevent or slow the progression of multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, and Alzheimer's disease." And I can hear our founder, Joe DiMatteo, right now saying, "I told you so." Back in 2014, Chick-Fil-A announced their goal of complete antibiotic-free chicken at all of its restaurants. And in 2019, they officially managed it. In their terms, quote, "No antibiotics ever." Well, that didn't last long. The company has announced that they are shifting away from no antibiotics ever and will now serve chicken with, quote, "No antibiotics important to human medicine," unquote. According to the company's website, the new standard, quote, "restricts the use of those antibiotics that are important to human medicine and commonly used to treat people, and allows use of animal antibiotics only if the animal and those around it were to become sick," unquote. So why does this matter? What's with that oddly specific wording? Well, the use of antibiotics in livestock is far and away the leading factor in the reduced effectiveness of antibiotics that we humans use. The more they are used, especially prophylactically for otherwise healthy animals, the less effective they become as bacteria mutates and adapts to survive. If antibiotics stop working, the results would be catastrophic. Chick-fil-A isn't the only major company to make the shift in recent years. Panera Bread recently made a similar shift for their pork and turkey products, and food giant Tyson reintroduced specific antibiotics to their chicken supply chain just last summer. So, unfortunately, the antibiotics are coming back with a vengeance, it seems.
So yeah, I know this article just came out, and I think it's worth a deeper dive, but it's not the time for that. I just did want to touch on it though. In terms of what this actually means, just understand that antibiotic resistance development in humans, this is more of a macro concern than a micro concern. So for example, even you taking an antibiotic, you could have side effects. It can cause issues with your gut flora, plus increased risk for side effects from the med itself. But overall, it's generally accepted that the concern is at more of a macro level when antibiotics are overused in a general population. So I just want to make a distinction. So you eating, Chick-fil-A's chicken sourced from an antibiotic-treated chicken doesn't so much make your body more resistant to antibiotics. The data has really shown that it's not really entering into the meat and entering into your bloodstream when you do that. So, this isn't good news. I'd rather it not be in animals. But again, I think it's critical to understand that if this is bothering you, it needs to be more at a big scale level, at a macro level. Maybe you don't want to support this company's meat for those reasons, et cetera, more than literally when you eat it, it's going to cause the issues that we're kind of assuming. Along with that, though, I do think that hormone use with the topic, maybe whenever we get into that, can be, I would say, a little more viewed at a micro level. That if you're eating meat that has been treated with hormones, especially milk, dairy, that these animals have been given exogenous hormones. I think that's where there's more of a micro individual concern. So I think that's something we'll explore more later on.
Thank you for pointing that out. I hope that was not unclear in the article. Yeah, it's not that you're eating antibiotics and that's a problem. It's that we're treating all 10 gajillion chickens and that's what they're saying. They're not. They're saying only sick animals are being treated. And only with antibiotics that aren't used in humans. But it's the general trend that is more concerning than anything else.
Yes, absolutely.